as nervous as I am. Okay? Well, just talking about online dating, I remember this quote I read online once that said, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Abraham Lincoln. So today I just want to talk about a topic that has been overlooked by a lot of people, and it's still overlooked by a lot of people, but it has a great impact in our country. And that is the citizenship through naturalization process. So I want to talk about the main three paths or categories that people follow to become U.S. citizens. And I will discuss a little bit about why people do it. Okay? A few months ago, I read this article about people who are Americans who were not born in America. And there are a few names that came up that actually caught my attention. So we'll see if you know that they were not born in the United States, and if you know where they're from. Okay. So does anybody know where Alexander Graham Bell was born? That's a tough one. Okay. He was born in the United Kingdom, but let's see with some more familiar names. Natalie Portman. Do you know who Natalie Portman is?
Israel?
Yes, she was born in Jerusalem, in Israel. This might be an easier one. Bruce Willis.
Canada.
Okay, he was born in Germany. Okay. Other famous people are Mila Kunis, who was born in the Ukraine. Arnold Schwarzenegger was born in Austria. Albert Einstein was born in Germany. And I'm sure you all know this one, Justin Bieber.
Canada.
Okay, so he was born in Canada, and even though he is not a U.S. citizen yet, he has started the process to become a U.S. citizen. So now let's talk about the three main paths that people follow to become a U.S. citizen. And the first category, or first group that most people go to become a U.S. citizen is those that have been residents for at least 5 years. And they have obtained residency through employment, through asylum, through a refugee program, or through a family member that is not a spouse. So a child or a parent or a sibling. Those people have to wait 5 years to go through the process of to become U.S. citizens. The second group is those that are filing as a spouse of a U.S. citizen. Those people only have to wait 3 years. So it's just people that have been married to a U.S. citizen and they want to become U.S. citizen as well. And the third group is those that have served in the military forces of the United States. I have a good friend of mine actually, Aiden Babayan. He was born in the Philippines. When he was a teenager, his family migrated to the United States. After graduating from high school, he enrolled in the Navy. And after being stationed for a couple of years in Japan, he came back home and he became a U.S. citizen thanks to the service he provided to the country. So according to the statistics reported by the Office of Homeland Security in their website, there is around 6.6 million people that have become U.S. citizens in the last decade. And in the 2013 fiscal year through May, already we have 503,000 people that have gone through the immigration process to become U.S. citizenship. So these are the main three paths that people follow to become U.S. citizens. And after you have completed one of the steps, or you qualified in one of the categories, the process is pretty much the same for everybody else. You have to pay a filing fee of around $680. And then you have to take two tests. You have to take an English test, and you have to take civics to just find your knowledge of U.S. history and of government. Some of the questions in the civics test are, for example, what is the name of the national anthem of the United States?
Star Spangled Banner.
Star Spangled Banner, correct. Now, we also have questions about government. Okay, questions about government. What's the name of the Speaker of the House currently?
John Boehner.
John Boehner.
Come on, guys.
You'll have questions like, name one of your U.S. senators.
Okay.
Yes, good. Okay, and then we have some geography questions like, what ocean borders the East Coast? Yeah, you guys can be citizens. Okay, in the video Happiness Is, we hear the story of an immigrant that came to the United States looking for a brighter future for her and family. There's also a website called myimmigrationstory.com that displays tons and tons of stories of people that have come to the United States looking for a better future, more opportunities for them and their families. There was one in particular that caught my attention. It's a young man called Rene. He came to the United States at an early age with his family. And in his own words, he says, quote, "I have never felt like an American. To me, being an American means having freedom. Free to be whatever you work hard for and always having a fair shot and not being held back by your race, gender, or sexuality. In my case, it's my illegal status that keeps me down and unable to better my life. To ICE, I'm a criminal for being brought to this country when I was 5 years old. I have never been in any trouble with the law enforcement, but I have always feared that at any moment someone in my family can be separated and sent back to a country that doesn't feel like home. The U.S. is where we feel at home, but unfortunately we don't yet have the freedom that most Americans take for granted. We are a family without a country and have been for a long, long time." Rene was married to an American recently, and he's now going through the immigration process to become a U.S. citizen. In summary, today I just wanted to share the three steps or three categories that people follow to become U.S. citizens. And this is just the administrative part of the journey that millions of people take every year to have better opportunities, to increase their chances to succeed in the land of freedom. Thank you.